So, hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Runde Genshin Impact. Wir machen ja quasi da weiter, wo wir das letzte Mal aufgehört haben, nämlich in der Sphäre von Zhongli, wo ich jetzt gerade am Überlegen bin. Aber eigentlich sollte es gehen. Die ist nämlich, ja, empfohlene Stufe 71, aber wir bekommen ja, wie bei jedem Legendenauftrag, wie ihr schon seht, den jeweiligen 5-Star auf der dritten Constellation, was sehr lustig ist, weil das heißt, wir haben mit Zhongli 2 Statuen und wir sind jetzt in der Domäne der Salzgöttin Havria. Eine seltsame Statue, die aus Salz besteht.
Are these statues?
No. These are people.
Duh.
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin?
Das gilt es herauszufinden. Sieht auf jeden Fall wieder sehr, sehr cool aus. Hier so mit dem ganzen Wurzelwerk und allem. Ja! Genau, unser lieber Zhongli, den besitze ich ja auch öfter.
Neutralizing threats!
Hat ein, ja, quasi unzerstörbares Schild mit einer Säule, die in solchen regelmäßigen Intervallen, wie ihr seht, Geoschaden verursacht. Und das Beste ist, man kann die Säule als Kletterhilfe benutzen, was hier auch quasi so gezeigt wird. Das hat mich am Anfang sehr lange gebraucht, um herauszufinden. Aber jetzt weiß ich's.
Look at this! It's filled halfway with salt.
Ja, hier automatisch.
Just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the god of salt was a god lacking in treasures.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also forever half full. That is to say, it is bottomless.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
Exactly.
Klingt absolut nice.
Able to produce endless salt. The god of salt is powerful indeed.
Finally, after all that effort, I've found precious treasure. I claim this as mine. I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags. I can sell it and make a fortune!
Hey! How can you use a relic of the god of salt for such a shallow pursuit?
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan, according to the contract agreed upon.
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything be worth more than this rare find?
Since we have a contract, it's no use for me to fight with him.
Then let's move on, shall we?
Mal sehen, ob der zweite Schatz nicht wertvoller ist. Ich habe jetzt erstmal nur einen gesehen. Da vielleicht mal abwarten sollen. Jetzt noch mehr von diesen gruseligen Salzstatuen. Und wie immer und überall im Table. Ich finde das immer beeindruckend, wie teilweise in Gegenden auftauchen, die seit Jahrtausenden Jahren versiegelt sind. Und trotzdem hier ihre Party machen. So. Ach nee, so 5.
Crumble!
So, einmal. Ich kürze es mal ein bisschen.
Starfall!
Können wir ja auch mit unserem Neo-Traveler machen. So mehr von den Statuen. Beziehungsweise von den Menschen.
Just a simple ruler. It doesn't look to be worth anything.
This, if I remember correctly, this is some kind of measuring tool.
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with another power. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt, much like a rising tide covers the earth. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is essentially a bumper harvest of salt.
What? That's even better than the salt chalice!
Well then, according to our contract, the salt ruler goes to Miss Wanyan.
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the short end of the stick?
Das war mir schon fast
And
klar.
this girl has been useless. Why would she get anything?
Oh boy, here we go again.
Wenn wir schon über unnütze Menschen sprechen, ne, Herr Fatui?
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
Oh oh.
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I no longer need you. Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let you make the rules?
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, "Ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock."
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya. I...
Will suffer the wrath of the rock. You may find it rather unpleasant.
Okay, ab geht's. Dann erteilen wir mal mit Zhongli eine Mission.
I will have order.
Ich glaube, da brauchen wir auch niemand anderen dafür. Mehr.
Solidify.
No escape. Das ist
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the ruin. Leave this place.
Oh, darn you! Just you wait.
Some archaeological survey. He could only pretend for so long.
Wenigstens waren wir auf der Hut.
Yeah, good thing Paimon can smell a liar from a mile away.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, there are many other things that may tempt us to break contracts. When people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their desire and follow the contract? I think we should be honest with each other now.
Huh? Be honest about what?
That in truth, not a single member of this archaeological expedition came here for archaeology.
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. However, you are an expert when it comes to anything regarding the god of salt. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. What you're really interested in is the god of salt. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are passed down between generations at Yinyuan Hall.
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. I seem to have been right to seek you out once I plucked up my courage. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the jurisdiction of the Qixing, Yinyuan Hall of the salt industry. Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos.
Wenn ich darüber nachdenke, habe ich dich noch nie Rex Lapis sagen hören.
Oh, right. Now that you mention it, the people of Liyue very seldom use the name Morax.
During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. He left us alone and lost in the world. We hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue after all. And its history is written as he wishes. So I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his hands and cruelty in his heart! We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli? You must judge this history fairly.
Naturally, of course. But I must add, Liyue is no longer Morax's Liyue. Come with me. All the answers you seek lie ahead.
Okay. recht bitter im Unterton. Kann ich mir gut vorstellen. Ich schon mitbekommen, dass...
Quake!
Ja, das war so nicht geplant.
Crumble!
Der Eichhornenkrieg war ja sehr grausam. Und gerade Zhongli, also Morax, hat ja viele Ohren.
Neutralizing threats. Let's keep going.
Und hat auch sehr viel dadurch verloren, ne? Das hat man ja auch schon.
Solidify! Order guide you!
Ist nicht so leicht. Gerade so im Nachhinein ist es ja immer leicht darüber zu urteilen. Weil wer weiß, wie die Situation damals ausgesehen hat. Ne? Das kann ja auch
Precision strike. Now's
keiner
your
von
chance.
Liyue, außer jetzt vielleicht die Yakshas oder die Adepten, vielleicht nachvollziehen. Sind ja auch nicht mehr viele übrig, die es können. Wirklich.
I will have order!
So, ein zerbrochenes Schwert.
This is a sword? Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the God of Salt had to fight back. Fight back against the evil Morax. But sadly, she was defeated. The power of this sword surely is much greater than that of the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler. If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the mighty power of the God of Salt.
It does look like something left behind after being defeated in battle.
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2 separate relics. According to the contract, you can only claim one.
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clement is no longer here.
Yes, but the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You cannot take 2 relics at the same time.
This logic!
Zhongli, she seems like a good person, and no one is fighting over the treasure. How about you let this one slide, huh?
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract is not followed, then it is broken.
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired, and the power of the God of Salt cannot be restored. No matter what, I must be faithful to her. Even if it breaks the contract, I don't care.
So you are already decided? Then there is a price to pay for breaking the contract.
Zhongli!
That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath of the rock.
Willst du doch jetzt nicht einfach schlagen, oder?
That's okay. The God of Salt gave up her life to protect her people. My sacrifice is nothing compared to that. Punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of my faith.
No, you can't hit her!
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. But as punishment, I will tell you the truth.
Huh? The truth? You mean the truth is my punishment?
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you shall be your price to pay for breaking the contract. I'm afraid to say that the God of Salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost, never able to win a seat among the 7.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Tevat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, she could save herself and her people from the war. However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands, until only one small haven remained.
No. No! It can't be so.
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade? Then... this sword...
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true! You're trying to test my faith in the god of salt!
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax! Don't try to trick me!
Hey! Hey! Come back!
Was du sagtest, war also die Wahrheit?
Indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? I did not want to tell her such cruel facts. But the contract was broken. Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear, we will find something that will leave her no choice but to face the truth.
Mal hinterher.
Are these statue thingies
Ah,
running?
ja.
What will we find ahead?
Salt. And betrayal.
Wir reden nicht über eine wunderschöne Einlage gerade. In Salz verwandelte Anhänge. Er scheint vor etwas geflohen zu sein. Es muss etwas Schreckliches gewesen sein, kein Zweifel. Ja, das ist, glaube ich, bei allen das Gleiche. Ja, okay. Da ist sie schon. Sekunde, ich habe hier so einen Verdacht. Eventuell. Dass hier eventuell was ist. Nee. So, Havria.
What are all these? What did they see? What did they do? What happened?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all that happened back then.
Der Ursprungsort. Was hier auch einst war, jetzt gibt es nur noch Salz.
This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. Her dying moments have since been frozen in time to this very day. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to give her a quick release.
Ihre eigenen Anhänger.
What about these statue thingies?
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils to bear. Those who could not flee were thus transformed. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid upon them an eternal curse. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword, and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be appeased. But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted, even till the end, nurse hatred for her people in her heart?
Even if this is so, I can't! This must be a lie. A false history, all of it! Don't you dare try to shake my faith!
Die grausame Wahrheit.
Yikes. Zhongli didn't show any mercy this time either.
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, simply recognizing the truth is good enough for now.
Du scheinst nur allzu vertraut damit zu sein, was mit der Göttin des Salzes geschehen ist.
Indeed. In ages past, Havria's story served as a warning to me as well. Faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax also.
Das Volk von Leo wird es eines Tages verstehen.
All right then. Now, would you like to accompany me in taking a trip to Gullion Forest?
Huh? What do you want to do, Zhongli?
Treading old ground, telling old stories. One cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintances.
Aua. Das tat weh. Er hielt etwas in seiner Hand. Die Haltung zeugt von großer Anstrengung. Ja. Ich muss so lesen. Das muss der sein, der... Yep, der Havria umgebracht hat. Oh Gott, das ist schon sehr grausam. Aber gut. Dann sehen wir uns in den Gullion-Türmen bei Zhongli. So, da sind wir schon. Ganz oben. Auf den Türmen. Bin gespannt, was er hier vorhat.
Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Gullion Forest. The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. The Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler that she left behind should not return to Liyue. To leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also a homecoming.
Also, was sollen wir deiner Ansicht nach machen?
I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should remember that which I ended. History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. Time is a mighty force, and history's twist in its flow. I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave its truth. Stone carvings were one such ancient method, but unchanging stone, immovable earth, even one such as myself. Someday we may all disappear.
Zhongli.
Therefore, I thought of you, traveler. You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. If our history is engraved in your memory, it will one day accompany you into another world. As long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Tevat.
Deswegen sollten wir mitkommen. Du hast mich nicht nur mitgebracht, um Schätze zu finden.
Sounds like tough work.
Now then, it is time that we consigned both the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler to the sea.
Huh? Why do we need to throw them into the sea?
As I said before, this is the place to which the remnants of many bygone gods are consigned. This includes Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who the Jade Chamber most recently returned to this ocean prison. Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folktales remain. Osial, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume. And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate.
Und damit war's das Ende. Mal schauen, ob Zhongli noch was zu sagen hat.
I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence like this can only grow fewer.
Die Göttin des Salzes tut mir ein wenig leid.
We did not measure right and wrong during the days of the Archon War in the same manner as we do today. Of course, as I am now, I only wish that she could have lived in a gentler time. Of course, as I am now, I only wish that she could have lived in a gentler time.
Zhongli, du hast dich wiederholt. Aber
I will
trotzdem
remain here for a while.
sehr schöne Wünsche.
I fear that moments of reminiscence like this
Werden diese
can only
Reliquien die
grow
Macht von
fewer.
Osial nicht wachsen lassen?
Though the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler do have power in their own right, they are nothing before Osial. If a day comes when he should recover his strength and return, I believe that even so, he will be defeated once more.
Sehr zuversichtlich auf jeden Fall.
I will remain here for a while.
Was werdet ihr nun tun?
I fear that
Zhongli?
moments of that is a good question. In the past, I might have given you a most specific answer. But now... Yes. I suppose I will continue in my role as a consultant at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. But if this journey was to your liking, why don't you come along the next time I am seeking to preserve memories of Liyue's past?
Gut. Ich schätze mal, das war's dann. Ach Gott. Oh. Die Story, ich fand die damals schon richtig schlimm. Die so, ja, sehr, sehr melancholischen Zwang hat, finde ich. Ach Gott, Zhongli. Ich glaube, ihm tut das ganz gut, mal ein bisschen weg zu sein von dem ganzen Göttlichen. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet viel Spaß beim Zusehen und wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal. Weiß noch nicht genau, was ich spielen werde, aber ich denke, das ist ein guter Abschluss jetzt erstmal. In dem Sinne, bye bye und bis zur nächsten Folge.